great music for a background. Okay, so got two things. So one about life and the other about marketing, but both of these things are gonna fit together, and it all has to do with imperfection being perfection. The mental life side being this kind of constant dissatisfaction with the way things are. And no matter if things actually go right and you have that blip of success, there seems to be an ever pervading, always constant sense of dissatisfaction, of things that should have been better, or things that could have gone better, or why aren't I at that place yet that I thought that I should be. And I don't know if it's, I mean, I know it's not just me. I don't know if it's maybe an entrepreneur thing, but I have a feeling it's a kind of life person thing. And it's just so funny how we have these little blips of success where everything is good. But then for me, it just feels like it's always never enough, that I've got to get to that next thing or that next place. And I'm not really sure if that's good, if that's a good thing, if I should feel like that, because when I do feel this dissatisfaction or this want to get to the next thing, it does help me move and it helps me want to do more things. But I also have a feeling that I should be able to be more content with how things are and more accepting that life is really, I always think that life is good, but just more maybe accepting and happy of where I am and the success that I have, and not have to feel like, oh, I didn't get all those things done today. It's always, I didn't get everything done today that I should have or that I could have. Or every day there's the procrastination. Like, why did I let the procrastination come in? Why didn't I do better there? And there's just so much dissatisfaction, even though I know at any time I can change my mind and I can feel the satisfaction, which is where this idea comes in. I think there's this idea that I have, that I've learned from my past or from wherever, that where we are right now is the heaven. If it feels like there's always a place to go, or that things can be better, or you have to die to be in heaven, I don't think that's the case. I think this has to be the heaven now. So everything that I believe has to do with having the perfect life now, being born as a perfect self, and that at any moment your mind can be in a place where you have everything that you need. You're in the right place at the right time. You've been given everything necessary, no matter where you were born or what situations have happened. But in this moment now, like, this is heaven. And it doesn't get any better than this, because how could it? Because isn't that just a decision? And why would it have to be that you have to die to go somewhere to have a better place? Or why would it have to be that once you achieve a certain thing, things get better? Or why wouldn't God make it so that you weren't born perfect? If you were born in God's image, if you are that, then why would it have to be that why do you have to work for that? Why do you have to earn that? Why can't you just be? Why can't you be that? It doesn't mean that working and earning things isn't there, but I just feel like this dissatisfaction always comes from the fact that I think there's something better out there, or that someone else is better, or that something else is better. But that's not really true. So this place here is heaven. This is the heaven, that heaven, that perfectness. This is that. This place is that heaven, and it has to be. It can't be anywhere else. There is no other time or place. It has to be now. So this makes me think in marketing terms here. The funny thing about marketing is, all I've been thinking about for the past 10, 11, 12 years is marketing. That's all I think about. All I do. I think about writing and influence and persuasion and creating offers and doing lead generation and making sales, and how do I reach people, and how do I reach the right people, and how do I get the right people getting into my ecosystem that want to buy from me and that are actually going to be good clients that I actually want to work with? Like, how do I do all this? That's all I think about all the time. But I got to be honest. I don't think about what other marketers do. Like other people that are that specialize in lead gen or marketing, I really don't think about what they do or how they do it. I think about what we do, what me and Dave do, and what I've learned, and what I've learned from Dave, and what I've learned from a few other marketers. But I don't think about what anybody else is doing. And the way that I do things is different, but the way that I do things works. And it's just, I think that in marketing, the same idea of perfection and imperfection exists, that everybody else must be doing marketing the right way. Everyone who's selling something with marketing and they get results, that must be the right way, and that there is a right way to do marketing. But that's really not the case. In the case that I do marketing, I don't think about what anyone else does. Like Lil Wayne said this thing some 10 years ago. I saw a documentary. He said, Wayne, what kind of music do you listen to? Who are your favorite artists? He said, I don't listen to anybody else. Like, I don't know. I don't listen to other music. And it's not like a knock, but like, I don't care. I don't care what other people in the industry are doing. I don't care what other marketers do. I know what I like to do and how I like to do it, and what I do works. And one of those ways, the title of this video here, this is why short DMs suck, is I see a lot of marketers, especially in this B2B sales space, they say that direct messages to people need to be short and to the point, and that's the way that you do it. I think the exact opposite. All the DMs that I send are long as hell. They're like books. They're multiple paragraphs that will take you minutes to read. But you know why I do that is because they're hyper personalized, because I'm hyper targeted. And the way that I do research, the way that I use Claude, the process of doing my outreaches is super targeted, and it gets so detailed that the information that I'm sending to each of these individual prospects is really good and really targeted and super relevant. So it's like, if you didn't have stuff as relevant and as targeted as it should be, then yeah, long messages are going to suck, because long messages suck when they don't matter to you. But I'm reading this book right now. I'm reading Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand book. Amazing book. It is so goddamn long. Some of the scenes are so long, but I love every single word because it speaks to me. The message speaks to me, and I love it, and I love reading it. And if that book were short, I wouldn't like it more. I love it more because it is long, because it doesn't end, because it's speaking to me. That's how all of our messaging needs to be. That's how sales is most effective. Because the more that we read, the more that it's relevant, the more stories we have, the more it touches us, the more it connects to us. So marketers saying that the only way to do things is to have short messages, it's because they're spamming 10,000 people. It's because they have all these messages that aren't relevant, that they're just maybe hoping to catch on to one few people that maybe gets hooked, and then they say yes, and they're sending messages at mass. So maybe if you're a massive B2B company, that's something that you have to do. But I think for a coach, consultant, if we're trying to work with people that we really enjoy working with great clients that are going to be the perfect fit clients for us, then the best way to go is to be hyper targeted and hyper personalized and have a long message that's very direct, that speaks their language. That's the best way to go. So yeah, I guess I could share a message like that, but maybe if you want to hear more about that, how I do that, you can let me know and we can talk about it. But that's the paradigm I want to leave you with. The whole paradigm here is that other people I don't think they matter so much as we make them out to be. The way that other people do things, the way that we think things should be, the way that life should be out there, that everything is out there, that God is out there, that the right path is ahead of us, that it's over there. I don't think anything's over there. I think everything's in here, in our person, our individual self. The way that we think shapes everything. We can literally create heaven right here. That's what we choose. Instead of having this idea that somebody else gave us, that perfect life is somewhere else. Why do we have to believe that? Why would that be true? If we are the source, isn't right here what we have, what we were born with, what we'll die with? Isn't that the heaven? Isn't that the right thing? Why not? That's what I think is true. Okay, that's that. See you later.